Okay, here we go.
Good morning, Gigi.
Good morning, Jen. How are you?
Good. Welcome to the Morning Muffin Show, your morning cargo load of real estate. I still want to do like a tap dance to it, like in
Or
my
a
head.
single.
Yeah.
You got to get one of those. I don't know what the kids call them. Those little cartoon characters that can like do the dances, or they're like on iPhones or whatever.
Yeah. It's going to be noisy. Heads up, I am in a cafe today. You guys, this is the cutest little cafe. I got to show you this.
Where are you?
Aurora, Minnesota.
Oh, fun. Nice. You're away. I was literally just saying I need to breathe fresh air.
Yeah. Is this place
That's
adorable?
beautiful.
And they make their own like food and stuff like that and their own coffee. They just got oat milk and I just
Oh, I
love
love
it.
that.
And also like a ballet studio.
Oh,
So
cool.
they got a couple like places in the back and I think they do karate here. I love these little places here. And
Yeah.
I this is Aurora, Minnesota. It's like a town of like I think I'm gonna say 700, but I think it's like half that.
People?
Yeah.
Wow. What do they have, like a hospital? Because that's how you know if it's like a town or not.
It has a hospital. It has a
Okay.
school. The school is like all three, like kindergarten through senior
High
year of
school.
school. Yeah.
I actually went in Seattle to K through 12, which I kind of like. My kids did Montessori, and I wish they could have gone all of their years to Montessori.
Oh, that would have been nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm a Puyallup High School alum.
Yeah, we talked about the Puyallup Fair.
Yeah, do the Puyallup. Okay.
Right.
So anyway,
That's
here we are. We're talking about sourcing money.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm going to write in the comments. This is like gifts, cash,
Down
and
payment assistance,
what
reserve,
else? Reserves. Yeah.
savings.
So, yeah, right. And it's all like sourcing just basically means showing where it came from.
Yeah.
And this is where it can get sticky if it doesn't come from you or cash. I think that a lot of people have like side hustles nowadays, right? They're like,
Everyone does.
yeah, they're cleaning houses for extra money. I have a friend who's a chiropractor who does like trade fairs and things like that, and they get like a lot of cash, and then so they deposit it in a big lump sum, and then the bank's like, well, we don't know what this cash is from. My
Right.
husband's a great example. He sold a four-wheeler for like 4 grand, and they're like, well, where did this 4 grand come from?
Did he have, so with that, did he have a bill of sale?
Yeah, so he had to like go back and like do it because like that's the other thing is like people
Don't know.
they don't know, and especially if they're used to selling things like online or Facebook Marketplace now where they can like sell a bunch of stuff and then deposit a bunch of cash. Like they
Yeah,
don't want to move it, they're selling it.
right.
This is what I tell people. If you have cash and you're going to be paying your bills anyway, save it and go get like money orders and just pay your bills with that
Yeah.
cash.
And leave
Hmm.
your account. And I tell people that, like, what's in your account if we're not able to source a gift? And like, if you're going to get a gift, it's different for FHA than it is for conventional, the way that you source it, because if you get a gift from someone on an FHA loan, you kind of need to dig into that person's information, and get a minimum of 30 days bank statements on an FHA file. You'd need to um, get a gift letter, and the gift letter shows what account it's coming from and what account it's going to. And then you also need to get 30 days bank statements on that account. Different on conventional, where you just need to get a check, and show the check going into your account.
Yeah.
So,
And so
um,
down payment assistance though, they like to see where it's sourced. They want that bank account as well. They're a little bit more strict, aren't they? Like MHFA, even if it's a conventional MHFA, they still want to see where it's sourced.
Where it's coming from, at least, or you have to send it directly to title.
Yep. So, that's a great alternative too. Sending it directly to title, because then it bypasses people's accounts. You don't have to wait for like it to be deposited and cleared, and so it's really nice to be able to bring it to the table.
Yeah, but I always tell people, the best way to prepare is to, if you get gifts ahead of time, or if you get money from your 401k, some people think, I'm going to get money out of my savings or my 401k, or, maybe I've been saving coins forever. I'm going to cash in on those and put it in my account to buy my house. Well, at that point, if we can't source your money, you're about 60 days out from purchasing, because the money needs to be what you would call seasoned, and banks don't typically go past 60 days.
Yeah.
Or look in 60 days.
Yeah. Well, the good news is, like, looking takes sometimes 60 plus days.
Yeah.
Although I don't know if faces have you noticed this now? I can't talk right now. But seasonality has hit. So I always tell people in Minnesota, and this is like a separate show we're going to talk about on Monday. But after the 4th of July, things slow way down in Minnesota, because you think you got 8 weekends to like before like school starts or summer ends, and people have this like mindset that summer is over. And like September hits and that's it. Like
down jackets.
Winter is coming. And so they think the first weekend is the 4th of July, and the last weekend is Labor Day. And so those are already planned, because we got 4th of July and the Minnesota Fair.
Memorial, really, because we start wearing shorts around St. Patty's Day if we can.
Well, okay, yeah, but we're talking about just the seasonality of
for real estate,
for real estate, and then so basically that whittles it down to like 6 weeks for them to get their camping trips in, their vacations in, their back to school, twins games. Like they start packing it in those 6 weeks.
Well, I had a conversation with somebody this morning, and they're like, it's people are all over the board. I talked to somebody yesterday, and they're like, it's my time to buy. And I'm like, okay, well, let's do it. And then I talked to someone this morning, and they're like, I don't think it's a good time to buy. I mean, and back to your seasonality, sometimes during this time period, you can see people do price drops. I don't know if that will happen now, because we have there's like a lack of inventory, but.
No, actually, I have seen it. Me and my colleagues were talking about it, and we'll talk more about it. But now is the time. If you have been missing out over the spring, right now, homes are lasting on average 7 days on the market versus 24 hours, which they were just, 4 weeks ago.
Well, and I think it picks up again after, like, kind of between September, November time to wrap up the
Veterans Day. Yeah, Veterans Day, like first snowfall, because I think people start preparing for the holidays. But back to the matter at hand with sourcing. So a lot of these people in summertime, they're seeing relatives, they're getting married, they're going to weddings. There is a bank that I know of that does crowd sourcing. It's the only one that I know that has the ability to crowd fund a down payment on a home. And it's very specific, and it's one company, and it's like in its beta testing. But basically, all the money is given to them via this one website. It's like a HUD website, and then it's contingent upon them buying a house. So if they don't buy a house, the money goes back to the person that gave it to them.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah, because it has to be for that explicit purpose.
Excuse me. A company I work for, so in certain cultures, they gift families to buy houses, or they do these kind of like monthly gifts. So like if there's 12 families, one family per month would get $100 from all these 12 people. And I actually had a gift like that, and we literally had every person fill out a gift letter. And as long as it was in a check, then we could use it.
Wow.
It was a nurse, and this was a couple years ago, but this was just a part of their culture. They gift each other in this culture, and
What was the culture?
it was an African culture. I don't remember the exact,
Okay.
but they gift each other, which I thought was so cool. I was like, wow, if I had 12 friends that I could just give $100 a month, and then I could count on getting that back one time of the year or whatever. I think that's cool, to
It's
show each other that
beautiful.
you're invested in them. And so they wanted to use that money towards a down payment.
You know, my family, we have one statement that we repeat constantly, and we tell people all the time, you put your money where your heart is.
Yeah.
And
I think that's
something
true.
like that just makes my heart sing. I would love that.
I mean, it's a form of crowdfunding, or, just the support. And I thought that was super cool.
It is. Oh, it's so beautiful. I love that. I'm not going to cry. I love that so much. Like, that is so sweet.
So yeah, I think there's plenty of ways to source funds. I think it's super important, and I love that you're emotional. I think it's super important to just have that conversation. Like, if you're not sure as a buyer how to go about something, I just helped somebody do a refi. They had been trying to get it done for a while, and we ended up needing reserves. He lives in his duplex, and he wanted to do some other things and fix the place up. And it just so happened that his mom had these retirement checks that she's older. She had mattress money. It was conventional, but they were a check. So we were able to source that they were retirement checks, and she deposited the checks in his account. And then he was able to get a cashier's check, and it was just for reserve. So, but he was like, I don't know how to get this amount of money from anyone, and then his mom had this mattress money, but it was in a check. It wasn't cash.
That's interesting. Okay. And yeah, and a lot of people are weird. And I don't mean weird like in a bad way. I mean, they're skeptical. Maybe that's a better word to give other people their bank statements.
Yeah, no. And even if it's giving it to a bank, it's like, even if it's giving it to a child. I had a mom that didn't want to give her daughter a bank statement. I'm like, well, she can give it directly to me. And then it was like, that's even more, So, I mean, I would say overall, it's 2 months bank statements that you need to source any type of funds. If a lot of kids nowadays are into this, like Forex trading, or into they're into this
cryptocurrency. Yeah.
But it's a good way to source money if you're going to cash out on the money, because it's in a statement.
Yeah. I have heard that there are some problems with Venmo.
Oh.
Have you had any issues with people Venmoing money?
So I had a self-employed borrower, and she got paid by Venmo. And so that can be an issue too. Like, if you get any deposits and you're self-employed and the deposits are more than what your average deposit is, that may have to be backed out. So if you're self-employed and you claim to make this amount of money, or if you're employed and your checks are a certain amount, your paychecks, your pay stubs, if you get a cash deposit that's more than like a portion of your paycheck, or more than what your average deposit is, that could be a problem.
Yeah, I'm a commission based, so I have to always submit my profit and loss statement for the year. And people are like, I've never made a profit and loss statement before. QuickBooks, if you use that, automatically makes them for you. There's easy spreadsheets, and there's always help available. A lot of times your real estate agent does profit and loss statements for themselves so they can walk you through the process.
Yeah, because they're commission based. Some of the online banks have it, like and it's really just like a checks and balance, you know.
Yep.
So,
Yep, just making sure where your money's going to. All right, well, we're running about 15 minutes today. I love seeing you. I also wanted to see your dance pictures, and I haven't gotten a chance to see them. Your daughter was
so it was so busy, and Branson is crazy. I liked it in a weird way, but it rained every hour or every 2 hours, like the craziest downpour. So we've been like checking out the windows since we've been back, because I was like, this is like bipolar, because it was so pretty when it was pretty, and there were mountains. I didn't expect there to be mountains. It was super pretty, but then it would downpour, and then there were like these buildings from like 1900 and one block of modern buildings. So it was a really random trip. But I didn't get a lot of pictures because my daughter had to be dancing all the time, and I was like changing her hair and doing this, that, and the other. But I do have some videos, so I'll send them over.
Okay, no problem. Anyway, I just wanted to say welcome back, and I hope you're enjoying the summer.
Thank you, you too. It seems like you are away at a cabin or something.
Yeah, one day at a time. Checking on my apple trees. Okay, I'll talk to you in a minute.
Okay.
Bye now.
Have a good day, guys.
So fun.